Here is a fear I hear from just about every man over 50 who wants to deadlift. One bad rep, one wrong pull, and your lower back locks up for a week. Maybe it already has. So you do one of two things. You quit the deadlift entirely, or you tiptoe around it, lifting weights so light they do nothing for you. Today, I want to give you a third option. My name is Thomas, I am 60 years old, and I pull 475 pounds off the floor, chasing 500. And in all these years, I have never once blown my back out doing it. That is not luck, and it is not because I was given some gift you do not have. It comes down to 5 rules. Follow them, and the deadlift stops being the lift you fear and becomes the lift that protects you. Before we start, if you are serious about getting strong after 50, subscribe and ring the bell. This channel is built for us. Let us get to work. Let us clear up the biggest myth first. When your back hurts after deadlifting, almost everyone tells you the problem is your back. It is weak, it is fragile, you had better protect it. That is usually wrong. The real culprit sits higher up the chain, at your hips. When your hips are stiff and stop moving the way they were built to, that heavy load does not just disappear. It gets dumped straight onto your lower spine, one vertebra at a time, on every single rep. Your back is not failing you. It is quietly covering for hips that quit doing their job. Fix the hips, fix the hinge, and back pain has nowhere left to come from. That is what these 5 rules are all about. Rule number 1. Master the hip hinge before you ever chase a big number. A deadlift is not a squat, and it is not a back lift. It is a hinge. Your hips travel backward, and then they drive forward. That is the engine of the whole movement. Your spine simply stays where it started, locked in a strong, neutral position, from the first rep to the last. Here is the simplest way to feel it. Stand a few inches in front of a wall, feet under your hips. Now push your hips straight back until they just tap the wall behind you, keeping your back flat and your shins mostly vertical. That backward reach of the hips, not bending at the waist, is the single most important movement in your entire deadlift. Get that pattern first and build every heavy pull on top of it. Rule number 2. Open up those stiff hips, because you cannot hinge into a joint that will not move. Most men over 50 are walking around with tight hip flexors from years of sitting, and that tightness drags the pelvis into a position that quietly wrecks your setup. The fix takes just a few minutes. Kneel down on one knee in front of your couch. Rest the back foot up on the cushion. Squeeze the glute of the down leg, and gently drive that hip forward until you feel a long stretch down the front of it. Hold for 60 to 90 seconds, 2 sets on each side. Do that before you pull, and suddenly your hinge has the room it needs to work. One simple tool makes all of this easier: a set of resistance bands. You can loop them around your hips for the mobility drills, use them for band pull-aparts to set your upper back before you lift, and rehearse that hinge pattern under light tension before you ever touch the bar. Scan the QR code on your screen right now, or tap the link in the description to grab the exact set I use. They are cheap, and they earn their keep every single session. Rule number 3. Brace like you mean it. A strong back on a deadlift is a rigid back, and you make it rigid from the inside out. Right before you pull, take a big breath down into your belly, not up into your chest, and tighten your stomach and your glutes hard, like you are about to take a punch to the gut. That pressure turns your whole midsection into a solid column that supports the spine and stops it from rounding under the load. Learn to brace, and you have taken most of the danger out of the lift before the bar even leaves the floor. This is where a proper lifting belt earns its place. And let us kill another myth while we are here. A belt does not hold your back up for you. What it actually does is give your abs something firm to brace against, so you build even more of that internal pressure exactly where you need it, on your heavier work sets. A good leather belt lasts decades. Mine has. Scan the QR code on your screen or tap the link in the description to get the same one I trust. Rule number 4. Earn the weight. Do not ego lift for it. Almost every back tweak I have ever seen came from the same place. A man loads a weight his form is not ready for. His hips shoot up first, his back rounds over to rescue the lift, and something lets go. The fix is patience. Add small amounts of weight over time, and let your technique always stay one step ahead of the load. This is exactly why slow, honest progression matters so much more after 50 than it did at 25. And if you want the definitive manual on how to set up and hinge a deadlift correctly, there is one book I hand to every single beginner, Starting Strength by Mark Ripito. It breaks the setup down in more detail than any video ever could, and it has kept more backs healthy than any gadget on the market. Scan the QR code on your screen or tap the link in the description to pick up a copy. It is worth every page. Rule number 5. When your back does get cranky, and once in a while it will, back off, but do not quit. This is where most people make it so much worse. They either grind straight through the pain and dig a deeper hole, or they panic, stop moving completely, and seize right up. The smart move is in the middle. For a few days, drop the load way down. Keep moving, gentle hinges, easy walking, light mobility, to send blood to the area and let it settle. Then rebuild the pattern from the ground up with a weight that feels almost too easy. 9 times out of 10, you are back to full strength inside a week or two, and you have learned something about your setup along the way. A tweak is feedback. It is not a verdict. Now, all 5 of these rules, the hinge, the mobility, the bracing, the patience, they only really pay off when they come together in a plan. So I put that plan into a free 18-page novice strength guide. It lays out exactly how to progress your deadlift and your other main lifts, week by week, without getting hurt. It costs you nothing. Scan the QR code on your screen or tap the first link in the description, and it is yours. So let us bring it home. 5 rules to deadlift after 50 without wrecking your back. 1. Master the hip hinge. 2. Open up your stiff hips before you pull. 3. Brace hard from the inside. 4. Earn the weight and never ego lift for it. 5. When it tweaks, back off, but do not quit. Do those, and here is the truth almost nobody tells you. A strong, well-trained back is not your weakness after 50. It is your best insurance. For carrying the groceries, for lifting your grandkids, for staying on your own 2 feet and independent for the rest of your life. I am 60. I pull 475, and my back feels strong. Yours can get there too. If this helped you, subscribe and ring that bell so the next one finds you. I go through every comment down below, so tell me, what is your deadlift goal? I will see you under the bar. One last thing. I am a lifter sharing what has worked for me, not a doctor, and this is for education, not medical advice. If you have a history of back injury, please check with your physician before you begin. Stay strong.